In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace your hub wheel bearing assembly in your Subaru Forester. It's located in your front wheels. I'm going to use a 19mm socket to take the wheel off. You want to make sure the wheel doesn't fall off, so just keep a hand on it while you take that last one. I'm just going to take this nut out, but first I have to bend this down. So you're going to use a flathead screwdriver. Bend that out of the way so it comes off more easily. All right, now that we've undone the dent there, we're going to use a 32mm socket, axle socket, and undo our nut. All right, so now we're just going to make sure our axle is free. You can just push on it. Ours is. If it's not, then you might have to take like a hammer to it to just knock it out, make it free. All right, so now we're going to take a 17mm wrench and loosen up this top bolt for our caliper bracket, and get a socket for the bottom one. You're going to take your bolts out. Get that second bolt out. You want to gently take your whole caliper and bracket off the rotor and suspend it onto your strut spring. I'm going to turn the wheel so I can get to my tie rod, and we're going to take off the rotor. All right, so now I'm going to break free the jam nut for the tie rod. I'm going to put a 19mm on the nut, and I'm going to put a 20mm on the hold. All right, so we're going to crack this jam nut free. All right, now that I've cracked that loose, I'm going to mark it so I know where it goes when I put it back on. I used a 19mm socket to remove the tie rod nut. All right, so typically there's a cotter pin that holds this castle nut down. It locks it in so it doesn't come out. The hole is got the rest of the cotter pin in there. I was unable to see the cotter pin really. It kind of disintegrated over time with rust. So I just zipped it off, and now when I take this down, I'm going to clean out the hole so that it allows us to put a new cotter pin in. All right, so now we're just going to tap this down. Usually you don't have to hit too many times before it comes out. So now you're going to take out your ABS sensor, get that right out of the way. This is a 10mm socket. Once you loosen it, you can use your fingers to take the rest out. Set that off to the side. You might want to use like a flathead screwdriver. You don't want to pry it out, you just kind of want to free it up. From the rust and separate it. Once you get that free, you're going to put it off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to take out our strut bolts. I'm going to use a 19mm socket and a 20mm wrench. All right, so we're going to take our bolts out. I am going to mark this bolt for where it was for the alignment purposes. So I just marked it there. That way when we put this adjuster bolt back in, it will be in the same spot so that this is up and down. Make sure you hold on to your axle when you're taking the rest of this out. All right. Put that bolt off to the side. Now we can drop this down and we can pull our axle out. Just rest it there. All right, so we are going to remove our bolts out of our hub here. You're going to want to use a 13mm socket. Hopefully you don't. So you guys at home, you can put one bolt in to the knuckle, back into the strut to hold this in place in order to take the hub off, because sometimes you got to bang on the hub to get it off. Use vibration, use something. In our case, because I had to heat it up so many times and I had to bang on it anyways to get the bolts out, our hub came out without a lot of effort, like that. All right, so now that you've got the hub out, you're going to clean up inside here with a rag first, all that penetrating oil. You don't want to use anything that takes off the metal. You just want to use something soft that'll take the rust off. You also want to clean the face. You don't want to take off any metal though, just take the rust off. Okay, so now we're going to spray some anti-seize lubricant. All right, so we're going to be sure to put our backing plate back on. I went ahead and cleaned up my bolts. I recommend you do the same before you put them in the new hub. Make your life a little easier for reinstall or installing. And thread our bolts in. All right, so we are going to just snug these up, and then we are going to torque them to 48 foot-pounds. So now we're going to torque this to 48 foot-pounds. We're going to put our axle in to the knuckle. Which may take a little bit of persuasion. So now we're going to put our nut on, our spindle nut, just to hold it in place. All right, so now I'm going to move my caliper back over here, and I'm going to line my strut up with my knuckle. Careful of your ABS sensor. You don't want to kink that. line up our holes with our bracket. I'm using a brake tool. You can use a punch. Okay, now that cam adjuster bolt, you can turn with your socket if needed to line up the bottom hole like that to get the bottom bolt in. Now you can put your nuts on. And this brings us to where we marked our bolt for alignment. Okay, so you're going to want to align this head to that white spot on the strut. The same way I took it off. I marked it to line up. Once it's lined up, you can go ahead and torque this to 115 foot-pounds after you've snugged it up. So now you're going to torque the bottom one at 115 foot-pounds as well. So I'm going to gently place that inside. Be gentle with it. All right, now that you have your sensor in, you can bolt it down with your bolt. You're going to need a 10 millimeter. I'm going to finger tight first. And snug it down. Before putting the rotor back on, you want to make sure the surface is nice and clean. Ours obviously is new, but if yours is not, clean it up as best you can. And then you want to spray it with a little bit of anti-seize. All right, I'm just going to paint a little anti-seize on there. Put my rotor on. I'm going to hold my rotor on with a lug nut. Keep things stable. All right, so now we're going to place our caliper, bracket and caliper back on. And put the other bolt in. All right, we're going to snug these up and then torque them to 59 foot-pounds. We're going to take our lug nut off. All right, so now we're going to turn our wheel straight. Put our tie rod in. Put our castle nut on. Torque this to 19 foot-pounds, which we're there. You want to make sure your hole is lined up through the castle nut so that you can feed your cotter pin through. Do not loosen this nut to get to that hole. You're just going to tighten it a little bit more if you need to. All right, so I'm going to push my cotter pin through. Okay, now I got a cotter pin through. Just going to wrap it around the nut like that. So now that that's in, you're going to tighten down your jam nut. And when that's tight, you're going to put your wheel back on. We're going to lower the vehicle to the ground, and we're going to torque our axle nut. Reinstall your front wheel. You're going to start the lug nuts by hand. You're going to snug it up, bottom one first, lock the wheel on. Snug them up, and then it's 89 foot-pounds to torque it. We're going to torque our wheels to 89 foot-pounds in a star-like pattern. I usually make sure I go one time around, one more time. Make sure I got them all. We're going to take this cap off, and we're going to use a 32mm socket to torque our axle nut. We're going to torque our axle nut to 162 foot-pounds. And the weight of the vehicle is going to allow me to do that. So once you get that axle nut tight, you're going to want to hammer in this little lip to lock it in. Now we can put our cap back on and take it for a road test. You will need an alignment. Now you can take a deep breath because this job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.